Felt from La Center to Kaiser and everywhere in between. A police chase with an ending you don't normally see. How an officer's car ended up on its top as the suspects tried to get away. Going to college could put your child in the danger zone. Fox 12 exposes the truth about local campus security. But first, a flasher chases after a woman in a local park and he's still on the run.
She thought that he was going to rape her or probably kill her.
See if you can help cops catch Fox 12's Most Wanted first on Fox. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shauna Parsons.
And I'm Wayne Garcia. First on Fox tonight, a woman jogging in Wood Village says a stranger chased her and tried to attack her while exposing himself. It happened at Donald Robertson Park near 243rd and Halsey this morning. And tonight, that flasher is still on the run. KPTV's David Wilson is live at the park tonight with some reaction from the victim's daughter. Dave?
Yeah, the victim jogs around this park almost every morning, but the day when she got to this area near this bush and tree, she says a man chased her halfway across the park with his pants down.
She started running away from him. When she did, he started running just after her, trying to grab her.
Tonight, Patricia Jimenez says her mother is so traumatized after nearly being attacked, she won't even come out of her house.
She thought that he was going to rape her or probably kill her because she didn't know him.
Jimenez says around 7:45 this morning, her mother was jogging around this park when she saw a strange man dressed all in black who began yelling at her to stop.
And she saw this guy get off the car all dressed in black, and he was running after her with his pants down.
She says the man was exposing himself.
He was saying, stop, stop, look at it, stop, wait.
The man chased the victim halfway across the park, coming within just a few feet as he grabbed for her. But when the victim screamed, he quickly gave up. With the help of a passerby, the victim was able to get home where Jimenez called for help.
Did he threaten her? Did he say, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to do something to you? Did he say anything like that?
No, he was just running behind her, and then she yelled for help, and then he just ran away.
After calling 911, Multnomah County deputies searched the area but were unable to find the suspect. The victim's family hopes he can be found before this happens to someone else.
I just want everybody to keep a lookout, and if they find him, to please call the sheriff so they could catch him, because my mom's really traumatized right now, and she's really scared.
Now, that suspect is described as being white, 5'3" to 5'6", black hair with a goatee, last seen driving a green sedan, possibly a Honda. If you have any information on this suspect, please call the Multnomah County Sheriff's Department. We're live in Wood Village tonight. David Wilson, the 10 o'clock news.
Tonight, a Gresham father is officially charged with assaulting his 6-week-old daughter. Police started investigating Brandon DiNucci earlier this month after he brought his daughter to the hospital. Doctors say she had injuries associated with a condition called shaken baby syndrome. The baby is back at home tonight. Tonight, Portland police are waiting to talk to a shooting victim so they can continue their investigation into the crime. David Johnson had to have surgery today after someone shot him in the stomach. He is expected to recover. Police found him in northeast Portland this morning near 18th and Killingsworth after checking out a call about a man down on the ground. So far, police do not have any other witnesses or suspects.
Hillsborough police are looking for a suspect in the brutal beating of a man found unconscious behind a Hillsborough bar. Jerry Pisano died tonight at Emmanuel Hospital. He'd been in intensive care with severe head injuries since yesterday morning. KPTV's Stephanie Kralovic spoke with Pisano's family tonight and has the interview you'll see only on 12. Steph?
Jerry Pisano's family hopes someone comes forward with information to help police solve this case. They want to know who beat Jerry so badly and left him to die in this gravel parking lot.
It's just unfathomable that somebody could actually hit somebody and injure somebody this badly.
Jerry Pisano's girlfriend, Laura Roeder, says during the 2.5 years they were together, he was in and out of alcohol treatment programs. She says he just recently relapsed. Roeder wonders whether Pisano's drinking played a role in his death.
He's kind of got a mouth on him sometimes, and he probably was intoxicated and went and talked to the wrong person, and that person got very upset with him, and they were also intoxicated, and so he probably decided that there's enough of this, I'm not going to listen to this, and beat him up.
Hillsborough police say an employee of Joe's Pastime Tavern found Pisano unconscious behind the bar early yesterday morning. He was beaten up beyond recognition, but still had his wallet in his pocket.
Whoever did that must not have a heart.
Pisano's 16-year-old daughter, Angie, says she doubts this was a random act of violence.
My dad tends to say the wrong thing to the wrong people at times, and he's a macho guy, so he tends to be believes that he's stronger than everybody else.
Angie Pisano says she had a restraining order against her father, but they had recently started repairing their relationship. She hopes by speaking out tonight, she can get someone to come forward with clues to solve this case.
Hopefully they find whoever did this, because I'm going to have that. I'm going to have that rage in my heart, knowing that somebody did this and they haven't found him yet.
If you have any information on this case, you're asked to call Hillsborough Police. Reporting live in Hillsborough tonight, Stephanie Krolevich, the 10 o'clock news.
Portland police busted dozens of kids over the weekend accused of breaking curfew. The cops are trying to cut down on crime, and they've combined forces with Gresham Police, Multnomah County deputies, and several other organizations to step up patrols and try to make the area around East Burnside safer. They say right now it is a hot spot for drugs and violence. This weekend, officers and deputies arrested 27 kids for violating curfew laws. They also made one teen DUI arrest and arrested 2 adults with outstanding warrants. Tonight, a strange story just keeps getting stranger. The Kelso man accused of making obscene phone calls to kids now says his sister assaulted him over the weekend. Deputies went to Barry North's home on Saturday after he claimed that his sister shot him in the leg as he was going to get the mail. When they got there, they found North's girlfriend had patched up a wound in his leg. North is out on bail on charges he made hundreds of calls trying to lure kids into sexual conversations by promising toys and prizes.
Well, tonight we are getting a closer look at the deplorable conditions Washington County deputies say a family was living in. Investigators say that Sean and Brenda Zachariason and their 2 daughters had 22 cats in their apartment, along with piles of trash and feces. KPTV's Kevin Quarry joins us live from the Fox 12 mobile newsroom tonight with more on what neighbors are saying about the parents' arrest. Kevin?
Well, Wayne, the tenants I spoke with say that the smell coming from the family's apartment was absolutely overwhelming. They say that they complained to apartment managers, but they claimed that nothing was done. Now, today, Washington County deputies released these photos, and we want to warn you, some of them are disturbing. They say there were 22 cats living inside the apartment. You can see piles of trash and cat feces. Investigators say the unit was also soaked with cat urine. Now, detectives were tipped off about this case by one of the kids' teachers who complained that the child came to class smelling like cat urine. The Zachariasons were in a Washington County courtroom this afternoon facing charges of animal neglect and criminal mistreatment. Other tenants say the smell was bad, but what was worse, they say, was how the children were treated.
Kids weren't allowed to play outside. When they had to go to school, and as soon as they came home from school, they went in. My kids would ask them to play. Never once were they able to play. Pretty bad situation for the kids.
Now, obviously, that tenant asked that we hide his identity. Now, 13 of the cats are now at the Bonnie Hayes Animal Shelter in Hillsborough. We got to look at them today, and they will remain there until the case is over or until the Zachariasons agree to have them adopted out. The children are in foster care, and we should mention some of the pictures released by Washington County deputies today were too graphic to be shown on TV. Reporting live in the Fox 12 mobile newsroom tonight, Kevin Kawari, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, more than 24 chickens need new homes tonight after a cockfighting trial wrapped up in Benton County. Martin Ramos Reyes pleaded no contest to 1 count of cockfighting last week. That means that the 26 chickens taken in as evidence are now free to go, but they do need a place to live. The Heartland Humane Society has been caring for the birds since Ramos Reyes' arrest last month. Humane Society workers don't think that finding homes for the birds will be a problem because they say backyard flocks are becoming more and more popular.
Tonight, a Vancouver police officer is recovering. His patrol car is out of commission after it rolled during a chase. It happened around 1:30 this morning near Northeast 63rd Street and Meadows Drive. Police say Officer David Brown was trying to stop a car that was speeding and driving recklessly. When they hit a construction area, Brown lost control and flipped. Moments later, the other car also crashed. Police say 2 people inside took off running. Officers ended up tracking them down and also say they discovered the car they were in was stolen. That news came as a surprise to the car's owner this morning.
Oh, no, he didn't have any idea. I looked out the window and then I realized it wasn't there, but he said it was stolen and it's totaled. Yeah, I can't believe what my car looks like, but it's had better days. Yeah.
Wow, the accused driver, Ray Schneider, is facing several charges, including attempting to elude and possessing stolen property. Police say the passenger, Terry Zinda, was booked on outstanding warrants. Doctors treated Officer Brown at a medical center there and then released him. Well, I sure hope you enjoyed today's weather because Chief Meteorologist Mark Nelson says change is on the way for tomorrow. He joins us now with tonight's first weather. Mark, what's coming?
Yeah, beautiful sunshine today. Yeah, the clouds are coming in, but maybe not the rain. Take a look at the temperatures this morning. We've seen more and more chilly mornings. In fact, for some of you, especially on the west side today, it was your coldest morning so far. Hillsborough, 34, 34 out in Vernonia, 37 in Scappoose, and 32 in Yacolt. Even right here in the middle of the city, we were in the 40s. So at least with the sunshine, things warm up quickly this time of the year. At least for another couple of weeks it will. And 70 was our high temperature in Portland. But as I mentioned, nice clear evening out there, the almost full harvest moon. You can see in our time-lapse photography. And live radar right now getting a bit messed up by those migrating birds around Portland, but nothing actually showing up shower-wise. There are showers up to the north across Puget Sound. Some of those could move south overnight. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes.
The 10 o'clock news is just getting started.
Cops say he stole thousands of dollars in electronics from his job at Portland Public Schools. How they say they cracked this suspected theft ring.
It's back to school time for co-eds and criminals. We're checking out crime on campus at local colleges.
2 convicts are back behind bars after a deadly prison break. See what they did to get out and what it took to bring them back in.
It shook the ground and some people out of a sound sleep.
Dogs are going crazy and I sounded like a train was going by.
We have more details on the earthquake that hit Oregon last night.
Plus, it's the video game event of the year. People are lining up to get their hands on the new Halo 3, and we'll take you there live in the final cut.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
His most entertaining duo is back.
Us working together, very symbiotic.
What is it, the word of the day?
Bones.
Tuesday at 8 on Fox 12 Oregon.
Full-size problem, mid-size solution. Full-size problem, mid-size solution. Full-size problem, mid-size solution. Introducing the mid-size Nissan Frontier Crew Cab Long Bed. Holds 5 with an over 6-foot bed and the strongest standard engine in its class. Now save $3,000 with a value truck package and cash back. Nissan's family of Frontiers, leaps and bounds above the rest.
He would call me his little brown-eyed, bright-eyed baby. He even made up a song about it. You're my little brown-eyed, bright-eyed baby. You're my little brown-eyed, bright-eyed girl. You're my little brown-eyed, bright-eyed baby. And your daddy loves you so.
It's a hidden health problem that could affect thousands of veterans in the fight for Iraq. The symptoms you shouldn't ignore coming up on the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Right now, when you buy a set of eligible Bridgestone tires, you'll receive an American Express branded award card worth up to $100. For drivers who want to get the most out of their cars, it's Bridgestone or nothing.
Our family's been farming here for over 50 years. But Measure 37 puts working farms like ours at risk. It means thousands of houses right next to farms, and where water is already tough to come by. It's a real mess. Measure 49 changes the law so it's fair for everyone. How do farmers feel? Ask us. We're farmers, and we're voting yes on 49.
Does Diesel look happy? Well, let me assure you that he is. Hi, Leo Hillier, Hillier's Mid-City Ford, reminding you that at our store, your happiness is part of the deal. Not only will Hillier's Mid-City Ford not be undersold on any new Ford, period, but we'll do it with a friendly smile and unequaled customer satisfaction you won't find in the city. Remember, all Fords are created equal. Hillier's Mid-City Ford makes a difference. We invite you to come see why today. I-5 Woodburn exit.
In Portland, call Todd Hauser 24/7 for discounts up to 40%. In St. Helens, call Joel Avina 24/7 for discounts up to 40%.
Go to Miles Family of Dealerships' new website, milesauto.com. Enter to win $500 cash.
It just takes 12 minutes on Fox 12 to get all the news, weather, and traffic you need to start your day. And this morning was no exception.
New this morning, an early morning police chase ended with an officer's patrol car upside down.
Behind me here, you can see the suspect's car is just mangled up here. That Honda went airborne, according to investigators.
12 on 12 on Good Day Oregon. Tomorrow morning starting at 4:30.
An Oregon man came back from his honeymoon and found he had a free ride from the airport right to jail. Police arrested Christian Mocon on charges he stole thousands of dollars of equipment from Portland Public Schools. They picked him up after he got back from a trip to Fiji. KPTV's Mark Ross has more on what police say this man stole. Mark?
Mokan drove a truck and worked at a school district warehouse until he quit last Friday. Police say that while he was there, the 24-year-old stole more than $70,000 worth of equipment from the school system and tried to resell it online. Portland detectives arrested Mokan after picking up David Handalescu and his brother Ben Handalescu. The men are accused of stealing dozens of these projectors, computers, and monitors from that school district warehouse. Police made the arrests after an alert school employee found a digital projector for sale online on Craigslist. She thought it might have been stolen from the school district, which detectives who posed as buyers confirmed today.
It happens to be this one right here, and ironically enough, the projector was displayed on the box, and you could read Fabian and the PO number on the box in the photograph, and that was a clue.
And PO stands for purchase order. The projectors alone are worth over $700 each, and court documents show Mokan has admitted to stealing at least 40 of them. Mokan also admits that he'd taken the electronics over 3 or 4 months because of financial pressures. Now, if you have any information that may help the investigation, call Portland Police Detective Mark Georgioff at 503-823-5798. Reporting live, Mark Ross, the 10 o'clock news.
Only on 12 tonight, a Northeast Portland woman says if police won't investigate the theft of her purse, she will do her own detective work. Marjorie Hall says she was shopping at the Winco grocery store on Northeast 122nd last Sunday when someone stole her clutch purse from the child seat of her shopping cart. That purse contained Hall's credit cards, driver's license, and Social Security card. She says Portland police took a report but told her they will not ask the store for surveillance video because the purse snatching was not what they call a violent crime.
To me, it's not just a purse snatching, because when they get your Social Security card and they get your other ID, they can do so many things.
Winco says it has a store policy not to give out surveillance video directly to customers or the media. Marjorie Hull says she plans to go to Multnomah County Court to try to get a subpoena for that surveillance footage. Police need your help tonight catching one of Fox 12's most wanted. Jonathan Prince has been convicted of rape 3 times. And police are worried that he will go after more women. But only on 12 tonight, a woman close to Prince says that is not the man she knows. New at 11, why she says all he wants is peace.
Salem police are getting ready to enforce a new law to keep prostitutes and johns out of certain neighborhoods. The city council passed an ordinance creating the Crime Prevention District earlier this month, and police are ready to start enforcing it. It includes Salem's northernmost neighborhoods. The ordinance means people caught on prostitution or drug charges inside the zones will get an exclusion notice. That means they are banned from the area for up to 90 days, and if they violate the ban, police can arrest them for trespassing. From La Centra to Kaiser, Salem, and Portland, people all across our area felt an earthquake. Did you? The magnitude 3.6 quake shook just north of Salem at 11:20 last night. And while there were no reports of damage, KPTV's Jim Hyde has more on the reaction the quake received.
Some farmers here in the valley say they felt the earth move last night, but it didn't change their lives. They're back at work today. Steve Rush's job is to keep the equipment running on this farm outside Jervis, near the epicenter of the quake.
We're laying in bed, and the bed kind of shook and went up and down, and then it just kind of tapered off. You could hear it outside. It sounded like wind.
Molly McCarter's driving a truck today, helping with the harvest. Last night, though, things got a little shaky.
Dogs were going crazy, and I sounded like a train was going by, and we can hear the tracks from our house, but it was awfully loud last night, and I thought, it can't be an earthquake.
Other Oregonians asked the same question of 911 operators.
Kaiser Police Dispatch.
Yeah, hi. I live just right near you guys. Did we just have an earthquake?
Yes, we have been getting reports of that.
Good. I'm not going crazy. My whole bed just rumbled.
Yep, that would probably be it.
The gravel at Quality Rock Yard north of Kaiser is not any smaller today, even though the experts at the USGS placed the epicenter of the quake about here, but 18.3 miles closer to the center of the earth.
I just felt the back of my couch shake, and I stood up and didn't know what it was.
But that was at her home in Kaiser. Most of Kayla's fellow workers say they didn't feel a thing. Apparently, no one's reported any quake damage. The shaking last night might have dropped a few hazelnuts toward the Earth's center of gravity, but growers at this orchard say it's too early for harvest. There's other work to do on the farm. While the rest of us are getting ready for bed tonight, Steve will be driving the corn picker, assuming he gets it fixed. There's a midnight run to accommodate the schedule over at the cannery in Brooks. Jim Hyde, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, ever wonder if you felt an earthquake? 911 dispatchers really don't want you to call them unless you have an emergency, but you can get the information you need online at kptv.com. We have a link that will tell you the most recent quakes in the Northwest, and I was so disappointed I didn't feel it.
Yeah, I didn't feel it either. All right, still to come tonight. Who will represent the Democrats in 2008?
President Bush has a prediction. See who he thinks will end up on the ballot.
Also, the president of Iran begins his controversial visit to the United States. Hear what he said today when he faced the public.
Also, are you getting enough sleep, or maybe you're getting too much? There are new warnings tonight for people who get too much or too little shut-eye.
And we had a few clouds out there this evening. Now it's starting to thicken up. I think you'll wake up to pretty cloudy skies tomorrow. But of course, the big question this time of the year, the end of September, is will there continue any rain? We'll see about that, and also a very wet 7-day forecast that's coming up.
Also see your news on Fox 12. It's easy when you see breaking news happen. Take a picture or record video with your cell phone or digital camera. Then go to kptv.com, click on the Your News link, and send it right in.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
This is the story of how the 270 horsepower V6, versatile 3-row seating, available backup camera, and everything else in the bigger, more stylish Toyota Highlander hauled Mark, his brother Patrick, the kids, and their wave runners off to the lake with ease. The all-new Highlander starts at a great price. Now at your Toyota dealer.
The Fox 12 Final Cut is full of unlikely heroes.
Like a meter reader who ended up saving a troop of lost Boy Scouts.
Or how about the guys on this tugboat who jumped in to save a senior citizen when she drove her car right off a pier?
And it was his job to protect Britney Spears, but tonight her bodyguard says he's speaking out against her to save her kids.
That's tonight in the Fox 12 Final Cut.
The Honda Pilot is all about personal space. Everybody needs it. Everybody wants it. And now, how you use your personal space is entirely up to you. The ever-adaptable 8-passenger Pilot from Honda. The perfect place to find your personal space.
Lease a Honda Pilot for $299 a month for well-qualified customers.
Steel. And your local Steel dealers say, bring on the season. We're ready. Ready to cut firewood and cut heating bills with a legendary Steel chainsaw like the Steel MS290, just $369.95. Plus, purchase select Steel chainsaws and get a free carrying case, a $34.95 value for a limited time. Find your local Steel servicing dealer at steelusa.com. Are you ready for a Steel?
This news segment is brought to you by Northwest Ford.
We went around swapping people's vehicles for 1 week. We didn't tell them we were from Ford. We told them it was market research.
Oh my, that's a sharp looking truck. It's got a lot of giddy up and go. Better move out of the way, big truck coming. I've owned Chevrolets ever since I could drive. Today, I would have to say I would be a Ford Super Duty man. You could just take the Super Duty off and put Bob here. Don't go.
Get $3,000 cash back, plus current Ford owners get an extra $1,000 for up to $4,000 total cash back at your Northwest Ford stores.
More U.S. troops may have been hurt in the fight for Iraq than previously thought. A new study says exposure to any bomb blast could cause microscopic damage in the brain, and symptoms don't show up until months or years later. Now, the symptoms include fatigue, headaches, memory loss, anxiety, and loss of balance. Unlike a concussion in which a bruise is in the brain, microscopic damage, called TBI, cannot be healed and may actually get worse.
Tonight, President Bush has a prediction about your vote. He says the Democrats will nominate Hillary Clinton to run for president.
I believe she's going to be a formidable person in the primaries because she's got a national reach.
Formidable, but President Bush says still the Republicans will win the election. A fundraising event for one Republican presidential hopeful has a theme that's raising some eyebrows tonight. It's called 9/11 for Rudy. 911 refers to $9.11. That is the suggested donation. Organizers in California hope the event raises $10,000 for Rudy Giuliani. The Republican was mayor of New York City during the 9/11 terror attacks.
So winter is never really that far away up in the Cascades, and we finally have, for the first time this season, a good chance for snow all the way down to the Cascade Passes. We'll let you know when that's coming up in just a few minutes.
Also, how safe are Oregon's colleges? We're taking a look at crime on campus starting tonight with Portland State.
They are supposed to help kids get the nutrients they need, but those gummy vitamins may cause other problems. The hidden risks some doctors are worried about.
And look out, Brittany's former bodyguard speaking out about her wild ways and what it's doing to her kids. Hear what he says life is like with Brittany.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Looking for a great local job? Here are a few Northwest jobs from Fox 12 Oregon, powered by JobDango.com. In Newburgh, Suntron is hiring circuit board assemblers. In Hillsborough, KeyBank is hiring a lead teller. And in Milwaukee, HVAC Inc. is hiring commercial HVAC sheet metal installers. For details on these local jobs and thousands more, or to advertise your jobs, go to KPTV.com and click on Northwest Jobs at the left side of our homepage.
It's finally here, the Chrysler Model Year-End Clearance, with no interest for 6 years on Chrysler Aspen and Town & Country, with more miles per gallon and more style per gallon. Now, for the first time ever on 2007 Chrysler Aspen and Town & Country, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months. That's no interest for 6 full years. Add that to the best warranty in the business, our exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty, and that's an offer no one else matches. Hurry, the Chrysler Model Year-End Clearance ends soon.
At Hagen, you'll find we're the first ingredient in your best meals.
I love produce. That's why I work at Hagen. Because fresh isn't fresh enough at Hagen, we always look locally first. And our produce is delivered 7 days a week. I'm proud of that. So if you want the juiciest fruit or the most flavorful vegetables, come to Hagen. I'll even let you try a sample so you can decide. Then you can be sure that you're bringing the best home to your family.
Hagen Food and Pharmacy, where your best meals begin.
They're not exactly what you'd call health food, but French fries may not be as bad for you as you think. The results of a new study ahead on the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
In Peggy's business, professionalism means everything. Paul's reputation is keeping folks safe. And today, the Strongs are taking a little time for themselves. What do they have in common? They all know quality and have either leased or bought from Rasmussen BMW. Why? It's about trust and Rasmussen's reputation for exceeding their customers' expectations. Like special BMW lease and finance rates on this 2007 328i sedan. Test drive a BMW today at Rasmussen BMW, Southwest 20th and Jefferson.
I work in the movies.
It's Monty?
Later. I'm a kind of star, I guess. I live in Hollywood, but I work on Broadway in New York. Thank you. In Tombstone, Arizona. A part of South America you might not have heard of. Hi. Hi, Klaus. And London, England. Hi, I'm in the middle of something. Hi. So I need a network that works where I live. A place called Holyoke, South of Maryland.
Monty.
Monty, what's the deal?
The new AT&T works in more places like Holyoke, South of Maryland.
Why are most luxury car makers doing the same thing? Dropping their maintenance program so you foot the bill. BMW is different. As an independent company, we can stand behind BMW Ultimate Service. You pay nothing for brake pads, rotors, and more for 4 years or 50,000 miles. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Lease a BMW 328i for $339 a month until October 1st.
In tonight's Health Watch, a warning about getting too little or too much sleep. Turns out you can't win either way. A new study says either way could be deadly. Researchers found that lack of sleep nearly doubles your risk of dying from heart disease. They think poor sleep increases your blood pressure. Meanwhile, people who sleep more than 8 hours a night more than doubled their risk of dying from non-cardiovascular diseases.
Their bodies may look young, but overweight kids may be causing damage to their hearts normally seen in older adults. Doctors in an Australian children's hospital say the children in their study showed a number of risk factors for heart disease by the time they were teens. Researchers found that overweight and obese 8-year-olds were 7 times more likely to develop the symptoms of heart disease than their thinner peers. Health problems included high blood pressure, unhealthy cholesterol levels, and elevations in blood sugar and insulin. An effort to get kids to take their vitamins by making them more appealing could be backfiring. Gummy-style daily supplements have been found now to be harmful to little teeth. That's according to the American Dental Association. Companies design the vitamins to look and taste like candy, but just like eating too many sweets, some children are starting to develop cavities within months of taking them regularly. Experts say bacteria feast on the product's sugars, then excrete acids onto the teeth, and eventually that can lead to decay. There's an encouraging study for fans of fast food staples like the French fry. Hey, Harvard health researchers found that a chemical used in the cooking process is not linked to cancer. Chemical is formed naturally when foods like potatoes are cooked at high temperatures with sugars. Although it's classified by the World Health Organization as a probable carcinogen, the study says that we don't consume enough of it to develop cancer.
Those look like some greasy fries, don't they? Well, if you want to sleep better, or speak better rather, try picking up a musical instrument. A new study suggests musicians use all of their natural senses when they perform. In other words, they are engaging in multi-sensory skills. Researchers say these skills are the same skills needed for speaking and reading. Researchers say musicians process speech and music better than people who don't play an instrument.
Fox 12 Chief Meteorologist Mark Nelson here. Now, you going to sing us the weather tonight? You're going to just do it regular?
I'm going to stay up all night trying to figure out if I should sleep 6 hours, 7, 8,
I
or 9,
know,
or 2 and a half.
I'm
I was
afraid now to
confused.
go to bed.
Yeah, we could die. Okay, weather-wise, a nice sunshine today. Tomorrow some clouds. Back to the sunshine Wednesday. Good. And then a good chance for rain probably Thursday night.
All right, it's about
got
time,
it all
I guess.
there.
It was gorgeous today,
It was nice. The
Oh,
clear skies
so
are
pretty.
beautiful. And, you know, once we get to the end of September, you think, okay, this could be just about it. We might have a lot of cloud cover coming up. And we do have some of that for tomorrow. Live view downtown here, and then we'll go down to the river as well. And we have nothing going on, basically. It's pretty quiet, just light northwesterly breezes blowing down there on the river. Now, temperatures at this hour, I should say, still in the 50s. It's actually still running pretty mild. We have some cloud cover moving in from the northwest, so I think that'll kind of halt our temperature fall. So we shouldn't see the 30s tonight. We'll see some 40s. But here in the city, I think we'll stay right around 50 degrees. You go east side, a mix of temperatures. Burn's already down to 33 in the high desert there. The Dalles getting that west wind that keeps your air stirred up. Of course, as you know, you don't drop off as quickly in the evening. It was 74 in the Dalles today, 70 here in Portland. Average high temperature this time of the year, about 72, 73 degrees here in Portland. So we were slightly underachieving. We'll be a little bit cooler coming up for tomorrow because we have another cool front coming by here. In fact, I look at the satellite picture right now, and then I remember what I was talking about on Friday evening. It was the exact same thing. Another system going by to the north. Very weak systems. Not really enough to give us rain, enough to give us some cloud cover at times. We're in this northwesterly flow. We do have some improvement coming up tomorrow afternoon and into Wednesday. We stop the clock here on Wednesday. Ridge of high pressure pushes systems up to the north again. But look at that. Big batch of cold air comes in Thursday night. Here we are Thursday evening. The leading edge just about here. We'll see the clouds roll in during the daytime Thursday. By Thursday night, it should be raining. Not a ton of rain with this one, but very cold air, the coldest of the season. That should bring snow levels down to about 4,000 feet in the Cascade Passes. Then a whole bunch more weather systems coming up starting on Sunday. Of course, that's a problem because we have the Lance Armstrong bicycle ride, which Wayne and I are planning to be in. So it better not rain on Sunday. I'll be very unhappy. But short term, a lot of clouds tomorrow morning. Then it breaks up. No rain coming up tomorrow. Wednesday, mostly sunny day. We could be up in the mid-70s for the first time in quite a while coming up on Wednesday. And in case you missed it the first time, here we go once again. Can't get out of this. As I mentioned, we'll get the break coming up on Wednesday, and then this will move off to the east as we get into Thursday again. And like I said, that'll be the first of several systems, and that's going to bring some snow to the Cascades. You see in the passes, I think we'll see briefly sticking snow Thursday night and Friday morning. You get above the passes, we could see 1 to 3 inches of new snow coming up on Friday. So should be interesting. Saturday, when we get some sunshine, we can look up to the mountains. I think there'll be a fresh coating of snow up there. 72 at LeGrand tomorrow, 72 at John Day. You go into the Cascades tomorrow, pretty nice day actually, partly cloudy, some sunshine in the afternoon, 60 at Government Camp and 66 at Welch's. West of the Cascades, a lot of cloud cover in the morning, then it'll break up. Pretty pleasant day actually. Temperature's not much cooler than today, maybe just down a notch or two. Pretty nice at the coast too, maybe a sprinkle in the morning at the north coast. 69 at Hillsborough, west side of town coming up for tomorrow. We'll call it partly cloudy on average with most of the clouds in the morning. Slower clearing out near the Cascades as we've seen lately. Troutdale and Gresham a little bit cloudier. And your first live local forecast right here in the city. 52 in the morning, lots of cloud cover. It'll break up. Plenty of sunshine mixed in the afternoon and about 68 for a high. As I mentioned, Wednesday, nicest day of the week. Looks like hump day will be the warmest. And then clouds roll in Thursday. Some showers on Friday, 64. And notice Sunday and Monday, that looks very wet. It really looks like November on the weather maps. We could have half an inch, 2 inches of rain coming up Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and next week. We'll have more on that coming up later, of course. And new at 11 o'clock, we're going up to the Arctic Ocean. Lowest amount of sea ice cover ever. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes.
It's all about the rescue at tonight's Final Cut as some boaters come to the aid of a woman who drove her car off a pier. See how it all happened. Who will rescue you if you run into trouble on campus? All week we're sizing up campus security, and tonight we're checking out Portland State. And he was paid to protect Brittany, but tonight her former bodyguard is dishing the dirt. See what he's saying about his former boss. The Final Cut is next.
Then, what helps an aching back more, pain pills or acupuncture? The answer's new at 11.
Also, the countdown is on to this weekend's Live Strong Challenge. Fox 12 is raising money for the Lance Armstrong Foundation. And you can sign up to be a part of our team with Mark and Andy. We have more information on KPTV.com. Stay tuned. The Final Cut is next.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Tuesdays at KFC, get a complete country fried steak meal for just $2.99. Southern-style country fried steak, covered with rich, creamy gravy and served with mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit. That's a whole lot of food for just $2.99. Tuesdays only at KFC.
If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it, here it is.
The clock is ticking at the GMC Time to Buy sale. For 7 short days, get great deals on many 07 GMCs, like $3,000 cash back on Yukon and Yukon XL. Hurry, on October 1st, time's up. Visit selectgmcdealers.com.
Comcast Digital Voice is a technological breakthrough. Calls pass through our fiber optic center on their way to your home. Our digital network provides the capacity to offer the first real choice in home phone service with unlimited calling in the US and Canada, 12 popular calling features, including voicemail with email notification and call blocking. Connect to the future. Get Comcast Digital Voice for $33 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-COMCAST today.
Tuesdays at KFC, get a complete country fried steak meal for just $2.99. Southern-style country fried steak, covered with rich, creamy gravy and served with mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit. That's a whole lot of food for just $2.99. Tuesdays only at KFC.
Mike Tyson may be headed back to prison. Find out what happened today in court next in the Fox 12 Final Cut.
Whatever is important to you, Safeco Insurance has you covered. For home, auto, and small business insurance, go to safeco.com to find an independent agent near you.
We all know the power of an image to tell a story. Add a few more details and the story takes on new dimensions. That's the same idea behind comprehensive breast imaging. It may start with a mammogram, but when there's a question, many different technologies are often needed for the most complete picture of breast health. That's why Epic Imaging is my center of choice.
Why did we give the new C-Class almost 260 foot-pounds of torque? Why did we engineer suspension that automatically tightens for aggressive driving? Why did we equip it with Bluetooth, Sirius satellite radio, and a digital surround sound system? And why did we engineer every component to perform at Autobahn speeds? Why? Because we promised you a Mercedes-Benz. That's why.
The 2008 C-Class, starting at $31,975.
Stand by the Final Cut in 3, 2, 1, cue 'em.
The Final Cut begins with news from across America tonight, and we begin in Colorado, where hundreds of volunteers spent the day searching for a missing 3-year-old girl who police now believe is dead. Dogs aiding volunteers picked up a scent yesterday, but it did not lead to Nivea Gallegos. The girl's 20-year-old mother, Miriam, reported her missing, possibly kidnapped on Friday. Police have since arrested Gallegos, the mother, and her boyfriend, Angel Montoya, Investigators have not said why they believe the girl is dead, but they do suspect somebody dumped her body in a trash bin.
And we came down through the alleys just kind of looking in dumpsters and stuff like that.
Police arrested Miriam Gallegos on suspicion of several charges, including false reporting and child abuse resulting in death. Her boyfriend is being held on one count of first-degree murder. The city asked the garbage company to hold off on emptying large bins while police finish their investigation.
The Final Cut heads to Texas now, where people are upset tonight about the death of a prison guard. Investigators say 2 prisoners killed her today before they made their short-lived escape. The men were working in a field when investigators say they overpowered the guard, stole her gun, and ran her over with a stolen truck. Search crews eventually caught both men. People are upset that those men got to work outside the prison in the first place.
I wouldn't consider them putting somebody like that out. Maybe you're, like you say, your DWI offenders or drug offenders maybe, but not somebody that's been attempted murder. Sorry.
As you heard, one prisoner was serving time for attempted murder, the other for murder. Prison officials say the men earned some freedom because of good behavior. Some North Carolina Boy Scouts are safe tonight after spending a night lost in the woods. The 8 scouts and 3 adults walked out of the woods today. They left for a weekend hike back on Friday, and when they didn't return as scheduled Sunday night, crews launched a search and rescue operation. After getting lost, the group followed some power lines down the mountain, where they then found a cabin where just so happened a meter reader was working. That meter reader then helped lead them right out of the woods. 2 men are being called heroes tonight for saving an elderly woman this weekend in Rhode Island. It all happened yesterday during a harbor festival. Witnesses say the woman somehow hit the gas pedal instead of the brake in a parking lot. That sent the car crashing through a barrier and then right over a pier. Well, 2 men in a towboat sprang into action. They were able to open the car door and then get the woman out before that car even sank. There is no word tonight on whether the woman will face any charges.
Now in the Final Cut, thousands of auto workers are on strike tonight because the union and General Motors failed to reach an agreement. The union president says job security is the #1 unresolved issue. The union also wants to keep workers' benefits, especially for retirees. Now, some striking workers near the Motor City talked about the situation while walking the picket line.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious that everybody wants this settled, but I think that we have to stand our ground at this particular time because this is a contract here of all contracts. This is going to make the United States automakers or breakers, so we have to make a stand.
General Motors issued a written statement expressing its, quote, disappointment over the strike by the United Auto Workers Union. The UAW has not called a nationwide strike during a contract negotiation since 1976.
Tonight, Iran's president is gearing up for his address to the United Nations in New York tomorrow. Today, protesters greeted Mahmoud Ahmadinejad as he arrived at Columbia University. Demonstrators rallied outside the school, while inside, the university's president delivered a harsh critique of him during the opening remarks, but he also defended the university's right to ask the leader to speak there. During the question and answering session, Ahmadinejad was confronted about some of the most controversial positions, including whether he seeks the destruction of Israel.
We recognize there's a problem there that's been going on for 60 years. Everybody provides a solution, and our solution is a free referendum.
Ahmadinejad didn't deserve a platform for his views, but others say his speech shouldn't be stifled and that maintaining a dialogue with controversial leaders is better than isolation.
Former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson will likely face a tough round behind some heavy bars instead of the ropes.
Of intoxicating liquor or drugs, a Class 1 misdemeanor, is that correct?
I did.
Plea agreement with your lawyer?
I did.
Do your initials appear on the left side of each?
I do.
Has anyone promised you anything that is not in this plea agreement? The sentence is 3.75 years, the minimum sentence is 1 year, and the presumptive sentence is 2.5 years. Do you understand?
I do.
The boxer pled guilty to drug possession and driving under the influence today in Arizona. You might remember police stopped him last December as he was leaving a nightclub. An officer says he saw Tyson wiping a white substance off his car's dashboard and described his speech as slurred. Police say he also had bags of cocaine. Tyson's sentencing is in November. Deputies say a scuffle in the Lord's house led to the arrest of a pastor in Florida. Reverend Victor Broadnax is facing a battery charge. Deputies took him into custody on Saturday during a meeting between divided members of his church. They were discussing Broadnax's continued role there, and deputies say things got heated As a church leader was addressing the crowd at the microphone, Broadnax is accused of grabbing that leader around the neck. The final cut goes local now, and it's about that time when students all across the country start pulling all-nighters, cramming for tests, and cranking out those term papers. But college students have something else to be worried about tonight: crime on campus. This week, Fox 12 is taking an in-depth look at how Oregon universities stack up. KPTV's Kevin Quarry with us live with how students at Portland State work to keep themselves safe. Kevin?
Well, Shauna, students here tell me that actually laptops are a main concern. They say leave one out and it will likely disappear. And the numbers show that theft is the most frequently reported crime on campus. Still, most students we talk to say overall they feel relatively safe at Oregon's largest university. 8 o'clock at night and classrooms are still buzzing at the state's only urban college campus. But when things get dark at Portland State University, many students get concerned.
Other women outside the city always have their spouses or husbands and stuff when they're traveling around, where a lot of people on campus live alone, and so it's easier to get to us.
I like to have a buddy to walk with, or I like to have my boyfriend pick me up or something.
Portland State's public safety office says that is a step everyone should take. In fact, if students are alone, the school will provide an escort to pick them up and drop them off. According to the most recent figures, which are from 2005, 4 people were robbed on campus, 16 cars were stolen, there were 2 forcible sexual assaults, 59 people were busted for drug possession, and there were 56 burglaries. Most students say theft is a major concern.
It's not like we have lockers, so we're walking around with iPods, we're walking around with all of our money and things on us. I mean, you know what I mean? And we have other things on our mind.
Candace Staples had her backpack stolen in the student center. Some believe campuses are targeted because students have an affinity for high-tech toys.
A lot of people bring their laptops to campus and they'll leave them somewhere if they have to run to the bathroom or grab a slice of pizza, and the laptop's gone when they come back.
Most students we talk to say they feel relatively safe and think everyone should take steps to protect themselves.
When I'm traveling on campus, I'm aware of where I am and my surroundings and before I get into my building and stuff. And I always have a friend with me at night.
Now, there are also phones scattered through campus that will directly connect students to a public safety officer, and officers do patrol campus 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Reporting live at Portland State University, Kevin Kawari, the 10 o'clock news.
Okay, die-hard video gamers, the wait's finally over. In just over 1 hour, the long-awaited Halo 3 is finally going on sale at a store near you. And KPTV's Jamie Wilson is near the action in Hillsborough tonight, where fans are already lining up. Jamie?
That's right. Well, Wayne, I have to be honest, this really isn't my scene. The last video game I mastered was Super Mario Brothers in the late 80s. But it is an all-out party out here in Hillsborough. You can see behind me here, more than 50 people have already lined up for the big release here at GameStop at the Tannisbourne Mall. They are trying to get their hands on Halo 3, the brand new game, and it is big news. Here at the GameStop store in Hillsborough, Halo fans started lining up around 4 o'clock this afternoon to get their hands on the new release. And here's what my research tells me about the game. It is the latest version of the most popular Xbox 360 video game franchise. The first-person shooter, or FPS game, goes for about $60 in the store, and it pits super soldiers on Earth against alien invaders. And these super fans assure me that Halo 3 is well worth the wait.
Well, it's just been kind of a big fad ever since the first one came out. I mean, there's been cults of it lying out. I never got into it that much, but my friends, I can't even play them.
Just like getting on Xbox Live and communicating with people all around the world and beating people up. It's just a fun gun game.
Oh, it's ridiculous. We were walking up the line and we're just like, these are all the people that we play on the internet. It's just, I mean, it's a madhouse. It's cool.
And this is what everyone is chomping at the bit to get their hands on. But the store employees had to just give me a display box. They say they couldn't even let us take a look at the real game. They're only selling it at 12:01 in the morning. Live in Hillsborough tonight, Jamie Wilson, the 10 o'clock news.
Coming up, just how safe are your kids when they use Facebook? New at 11, why one state is taking the website to court. Then Software Online lets you unlock the iPhone to use with any service provider, but it could make your phone useless. It's information you need to know. And why some companies are paying their workers to lose weight. Plus, a wild police chase is caught on camera. See just how far these people will go to get away. That is new at 11.
Britney Spears' ex-bodyguard is accusing her of using drugs, and tonight Hollywood is buzzing about it. Tony Barreto appeared on the Today Show this morning and said that he saw Spears using drugs at a nightclub twice in the same night soon after she got out of rehab. He didn't say what kind of drugs she had taken. He also said that he never saw her do drugs in front of her kids, but he did see her drink in front of them. Barreto denies that he's just out for revenge because Spears fired him. He says he's just speaking out, quote, for the kids. And that's tonight's Final Cut.
I'm Matt Smith. Ahead in sports, Seahawks head coach Mike Holmgren says the running game is lacking, but quarterback Matt Hasselbeck just might be playing his best football. And the Portland Timbers wrap up the best turnaround in league history. That's next in sports.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Fox 12 News when you want it on KPTV.com.
With streaming video on demand from the #1 news station in town.
With the latest weather information so you can plan your day.
Plus local updates when news happens day or night.
And extended coverage of stories you won't find on other websites.
Go to KPTV.com for news that's first, live, local.
Introducing the all-new all-wheel drive Subaru Impreza with audio and video inputs, a 170 horsepower engine, and a starting price under 17 grand. The Subaru Impreza, 4 doors, 5 doors, and unlimited possibilities.
The all-new 2008 Subaru Impreza, well equipped at $16,995.
Get top brands for your home at guaranteed low prices right now during the big event at Standard TV and Appliance. And with 12-month no-interest financing, you can enjoy it in your home right now. New kitchen appliances, energy-efficient laundry, LCD, DLP, plasma TVs, and mattresses at all Standard locations.
Make home improvements right now during the big event at Standard TV and Appliance.
Some employers are making the battle of the bulge a little easier by paying their workers to diet. Tales ahead on the 11 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Hi, dessert fellas. Several homemade pies. Yummy. Yeah, milkshakes. You put a scoop of French vanilla ice cream on top of that. It's not really French.
Want to get a great restaurant-style burger without the restaurant? The Patty Melt Burger. New at Carl's Jr.
If you want it, here it is, come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it.
The clock is ticking at the Chevy Time to Buy sale. For a few short days, get great deals on most Chevys. Hurry, time is running out.
Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months on all 2007 Chevy Silverado half-ton crew cabs. See your participating Northwest Chevy dealer or visit us online at shopforchevy.com.
I'm not wearing a stitch of clothing to make a point about real sugar. You see, sugar has nothing to hide. That's because it's all natural. And sugar's only 15 calories a teaspoon. Oh! You didn't know that?
Sugar, sweet by nature. Next time on Better, over 40 and looking for a new hair color, we'll give you the do's and don'ts for hair color over 40. Tomorrow at 9 on Fox 12 Oregon.
Welcome back. The big news today from Seahawks headquarters. Running back Sean Alexander has a broken bone in his wrist. They say it won't prevent him from playing, but Alexander will likely wear a cast the rest of the year. That's the running game. The passing game looking good. Matt Hasselbeck yesterday in their win over the Bengals. Hasselbeck had 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league. If there's ever been anywhere he's struggled, it's been the deep ball, but head coach Mike Holmgren says even that's coming together.
Of all the things that he has to work hard on, that's probably the number one thing in my opinion. He has a tendency once in a while just to launch it and tell the receiver to go get it. And so I think, yes, he is getting better at those types of balls. The pass he threw to Branch was as pretty a throw as you'll ever see.
Coming up tonight at 11, Holmgren on Sean Alexander's broken wrist. Also today, Ducks quarterback Dennis Dixon named Pac-10 Offensive Player of the Week. Dixon passed for a career-high 367 yards and 4 touchdowns in Saturday's win over Stanford. And this is Dixon's second Player of the Week award. He also nabbed that honor after the Michigan game. The Portland Timbers season ended with a double overtime penalty kicks loss last night in the USL semifinals, but let's put things in perspective. Last night's loss aside, the Timbers went from last place in 2006 to second in the league this summer. It's the biggest turnaround in league history. First-year head coach Gavin Wilkinson has almost single-handedly turned this team back into a winner, and we're going to hear from the coach tonight at 11. Matt Smith, Fox 12 Sports.
He spent 20 years in prison for rape charges. He did his time, but tonight parole officers say he is missing and he might be a danger to this community. I'll have that story new at 11.
Also, Robert's caught on camera holding up a fast food restaurant. See how a drive-through customer helped put him behind bars.
And tonight, the city of Seattle is suing the Sonics. Find out why next at 11.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
This sports news segment is brought to you by AM 860 KPAM, the Beaver Nation station.
A lot of car ads are focused on getting you in right now. Like, if you don't hurry, you'll feel like an idiot. But think about when things like durability and reliability and overall quality are really going to matter to you. Like every day you drive your vehicle. That's when a Toyota will make you feel like a genius.
Get behind the wheel of the capable, rugged Tacoma with 5.9% APR financing for 60 months. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
Fujikawa-san, good to see you again. I'd like you to meet Breakfast.
I have heard many great things about breakfast.
And this is, shoot.
Lunch. It's lunch.
Dinner.
Why's he so into breakfast?
It's the new 100% sirloin steak and egg burrito. Tender marinated sirloin steak, scrambled eggs and hash browns with chipotle sauce and melting cheese.
May I have picture?
The most important meal, served all day.
There's a smart business that works for you, delivering the global marketplace to your door. We work for the environment. Partnering with trucks, each of our trains can take up to 280 trucks off the road. And we can move 1 ton of freight 423 miles on just 1 gallon of fuel. I'm talking about America's freight railroads. Freight Rail works. It works for America. It works for you.
He's in the U.S. He's stirring up controversy. He's the leader of one of President Bush's so-called Axis of Evil nations. Watch our live coverage tomorrow morning starting at 4:30 on Good Day Oregon.
During the Fred Meyer Anniversary Sale, you'll save in every department. Stock up on new crop varieties of organic apples and pears for 98 cents a pound. The Fred Meyer Anniversary Sale. More for your time and money since 1922.
Your next dream home is just a mouse click away. Log on to KPTV.com. Click on Northwest New Homes. There, you'll find new homes for Southwest Washington. Brought to you by New Tradition Homes.
If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. But you better hurry, cause it's going.
The clock is ticking at the Buick Time to Buy sale. For 7 short days, get great deals on select 07 and 08 Buicks. Like $3,500 cash back on 07 Lucerne. Hurry, on October 1st, time's up. See your local Buick dealer today.
During the Fred Meyer Anniversary Sale, you'll save in every department. Save $100 on these Ashley sofas, just $299. The Fred Meyer Anniversary Sale. More for your time and money since 1922.
Now on Fox 12 Oregon, this is the 11 o'clock news.
Tonight, 2 people are behind bars after leading police on a wild chase. Wait until you see how far they'll go to get away.
Your kids could be at risk online. Why one state is taking Facebook to court.
When you have an aching back, should you reach for the pain pills or call an acupuncturist? The answer when we take you to the edge. I'm Wayne Garcia.
And I'm Shauna Parsons. And now here's a look at Fox 12's top stories. We begin with KPTV's Jamie Wilson live with what's new at 11. Jamie?
Well, tonight, parole officers are asking for your help to catch this man. Jonathan Prince is a convicted rapist 3 times over. Officials worried tonight that he is dangerous. They think he might go after more women. But one woman who is very close to him says that does not describe the man she knows. Tonight, Ciento Gonzalez does not want to show her face, but she does want to share a side of Jonathan Prince she says law enforcement doesn't know.
Jonathan used his hands to create things, not to hurt people.
Gonzalez met Prince 7 years ago, just a few months after he finished serving 18 years in prison. Prince was convicted of rape in California and then again in Grants Pass. Cops say he pretended to be a potential home buyer, attacked the seller, tied her up, and held a knife to her throat. But for the past few years, he seemed to be following the rules of his probation until recently. Prince's parole officer says he'd been lying to her about his job, his living situation, and last Wednesday, he just didn't check in.
When he walked into that office with the PO, he felt so scared, and he felt angry that she saw him as the bad guy.
Gonzalez says she last saw Prince on Saturday. She offered to take him to see his PO, but he already knew that he was in violation.
The choice was either go back to prison, and that would not bring him peace. That was the only option, and he didn't want that one.
Tonight, officials worry that Prince will reoffend. They say he targets strangers and he likes to manipulate naive women. But Gonzalez says he is just a man who has simply had enough.
No, Jonathan is not dangerous. And what I know is that he's exhausted and tired, and he wants a peaceful ending.
Now, Jonathan Prince is 51 years old. He is 5'10" and 160 pounds. If you see him, you are asked to call 911. Live from the mobile newsroom tonight, Jamie Wilson, the 11 o'clock news.
Multnomah County deputies tonight are looking for a man who they say exposed himself to a woman in this Wood Village park and then tried to grab her. Deputies say the victim was jogging around Donald Robertson Park around 7:45 this morning when she was approached by a man who had his pants down and was exposing himself. They say the suspect chased the victim, yelling at her to stop as he grabbed for her. When the woman screamed for help, the suspect ran off and drove away. He's described as being white, 5'3" to 5'6", with black hair and a goatee. Last seen driving a green Honda sedan with a spoiler. If you think you might know who he is, please call the Multnomah County Sheriff's Department. In Wood Village tonight, David Wilson, the 11 o'clock news.
Hillsborough police are looking for a suspect in the brutal beating of a man found unconscious in this gravel parking lot. 45-year-old Jerry Pisano died this evening at Emmanuel Hospital. He had been in intensive care with severe head injuries since early yesterday morning when an employee of Joe's Pastime Tavern found Pisano unconscious behind the bar. He was beaten up beyond recognition, but still had his wallet in his pocket. If you have any information on this case, you are asked to call Hillsborough Police. Reporting in Hillsborough tonight, Stephanie Kralovich, the 11 o'clock news.
Well, tonight we're getting our first look at the conditions Washington County deputies say a family was living in. We want to warn you, some of these pictures are disturbing. Deputies released these photos today. They say Sean and Brenda Zachariason and their 2 kids were living with 22 cats inside their apartment. They say there were piles of trash and cat feces and that the unit was soaked by cat urine. Detectives say they were tipped off by this case by one of the kids' teachers who complained that the child came to class smelling like cat urine. Investigators went into the apartment and again say they found this. They say they took the kids out of the apartment. They are now in protective custody. 13 of the cats are at the Bonnie Hayes Animal Shelter in Hillsborough, and the Zachariasons face charges in a Washington County courtroom today. Reporting from the Fox 12 Mobile Newsroom tonight, Kevin Kawari, the 11 o'clock news.
We begin our top 3 national stories in New York tonight, where Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad made a controversial appearance at Columbia University. During a speech today at the university, he defended people who deny the Holocaust and raised questions about who really carried out the September 11th attacks. The university's president introduced his speech by calling him, quote, a petty and cruel dictator. At one point, someone asked the Iranian president about the punishment of homosexuals in Iran, and he said Iran doesn't have homosexuals like the U.S. About 73,000 auto workers are on strike tonight for job security. The United Auto Workers walked off the job at about 80 General Motors facilities across the U.S. today. Many thought the workers would strike over changes to their health care, but workers say that they went on strike because they want GM to promise that future cars and trucks will be built at U.S. plants so they can keep their jobs. Tonight, President Bush says a fix for Social Security is needed as soon as possible. The White House says Social Security is facing a $13.6 trillion shortfall in the coming years. And the president says delaying reform is not fair to younger workers. The Treasury Department says cutting benefits and increasing taxes may be needed to fix the system, but President Bush says he's against raising taxes.
We begin our top 3 international stories tonight in Iraq with the latest on Blackwater Security. The company is under investigation amid accusations that some workers killed innocent Iraqis. But Blackwater has done its main job, which is to protect American diplomats in Iraq. Not one diplomat has died on Blackwater's watch, and experts say that success has allowed the company to operate without oversight or punishment. Tonight, the military government of Myanmar is warning a group of monks that led this 100,000 people march in a march against the country's repressive regime. Today, tens of thousands walked nearly 12 miles over 5 hours, calling for democracy. The crowd was the largest to demonstrate in Myanmar since 1988. That's when the military killed thousands of pro-democracy demonstrators. The current protest began last month after the government sharply raised fuel prices. Many people are unhappy with the country's military government, which has ruled Myanmar in some form since 1962. At least 2 people are dead, 10 others are hurt tonight after a blast ripped through Kosovo's capital city. The explosion happened early this morning in a shopping mall. It's still not clear what was the target of the attack. Police say most people were hurt by a concrete block that fell after the blast.
Now to our top 3 Northwest stories, and we are learning some new information about the arrest of Idaho Senator Larry Craig. The Minneapolis prosecutor who brought misconduct charges against Craig says he told the senator that he should hire an attorney before deciding whether to plead guilty. Craig is currently trying to withdraw that guilty plea in the case. Police arrested him this summer after an airport sex sting. Craig says he pleaded guilty in a moment of panic, but says he did not do anything wrong. Tonight, the case of former fugitive Fred Russell is moving out of eastern Washington. A judge has ruled today that the trial will be held in either Clark, Cowlitz, or King counties. Russell is facing murder charges for a drunk driving crash that killed 3 Washington State students back in 2001. The judge will decide later this week if those charges should be dropped because the state toxicology lab lost the blood samples showing Russell was drunk at the time of the crash. The city of Seattle is suing the Sonics tonight to try to keep the NBA team in the city. Sonics are currently in a deal to play at Seattle's Key Arena through the 2009-2010 season. Last Friday, the team's owner asked for an arbitration decision that would help him move the team after this season. He says he lost $17 million last year in Seattle. Today's lawsuit claims the team's agreement to play at Key Arena is not open to negotiation.
Now, Portland's first complete forecast at 11 from your first live local weather team.
Okay, we've got some new pictures tonight. We're going to go way up north before we get back to our weather because, to be honest.
Yeah, in our Constitution.
Taxes on specific products locked into the Oregon Constitution?
The way the politicians wrote it. So these taxes can never be changed without another constitutional amendment.
Oregon's never done that before.
Not in 150 years.
Well, I'm not going to let them start messing with our Constitution now. I'm voting no on Measure 50.
Edelin Custom Exteriors serves builders and remodelers and Portland area homeowners with sales and installation on their remodeling projects. With 2 complete showrooms, Edelin features the best in garage doors, siding, skylights, windows and doors, plus fence and deck products. Milgard Windows and Doors can provide warm rooms full of light and life. See their line of Tuscany replacement windows or wood-clad patio doors. Milgard, quality products for the Northwest. Edelin Custom Exteriors, quality products from a quality company.
Mike Donahue, Jenny Hansen, and the Good Morning Northwest team tomorrow beginning at 5 a.m. on KOIN News 6.